Okay, Rotator, the pedal party,
with Chance
and Kogan
in a new spot.
So we're in a new space. You've heard about how crazy our summer was, and turns out our fall got kind of crazy too. And here we are. We done messed around, and it's November. But things have kind of settled down a little bit. The dust has cleared, and we are now in what used to be another person's house, but it is now my house.
There you go.
And this is our first episode here. Yeah.
Yep, it is.
Anyways, so we've got this sweet TV tray in front of us.
Yeah. That normally would be hosting like a Hungry Man microwavable dinner, but instead today,
or an entire Domino's pizza.
One Domino's pizza. It's really like 1 1/4. It's just that the boxes wouldn't let you stack.
If you haven't had the chicken bacon Alfredo pizza from Domino's, you're missing out. I'm just going to throw that out there.
And Domino's reinvented itself so fast, like
Have we?
four
I
years
think we've
ago.
talked about it.
We probably have, because it's the thing that we both feel
It still blows
very
my mind.
strongly about.
Yeah.
That it went. I remember when Domino's pepperonis tasted like Spam.
Oh,
And they now taste like I'm being drifted off to the rivers of Sicily.
so good. Whoever the CEO of Domino's is now is probably Warren Buffett or something like that. Or not CEO, but whoever.
It's probably Dominique O's.
Dominico's.
Trademark. Here's what we actually have.
TM.
Is a Lollygagger FX
I said Canaglia.
See, it's so phonetically it's Canaglia.
Canaglia.
I'm gonna say Canaglia.
Oh, Canaglia.
But
you know, I
don't
guess I'm
speak
just
whatever language that is.
I'm partial to soft G's, so I guess that's why I went. What did I say in the first? What did I say it was? Canaglia.
Canaglia. That's how they probably should say it if they don't.
Actually, Canaglia. I like that. That feels. It's nice on the tongue.
I'm gonna name my first daughter
Canaglia.
James Canaglia Gibbs.
Jimmy Can.
Okay.
But anyways, so we've got the Canaglia. It's in a wood.
It's like
enclosure. We're gonna put some pictures up
or something. It's beautifully stained, like a blue flamed.
Yeah, it looks like a blue tiger.
Yeah,
which should be a thing. So we've got that, and it's a. Oh, I thought I peeked it. I like to get my mouth right on the microphone.
On the microphone.
That way my lipstick rubs off on it.
Okay, so we're playing through an amp that is set to be a little bit dirty, which is what the people at Lollygagger suggest we do with this dirt box.
Other one. Just a little bit of crunch there.
It's right. It's just right there teasing at
like
you.
Not a lot. Just
not
enough.
a lot. Just like right there. And so that's a Marshall
1999 Marshall Bluesbreaker reissue.
The 57 on it.
With the 57 on it.
And you just heard Kogan's Telly.
That's the classic, the 92 Telly with the maple neck and the TBX tone control system.
And I have in my hands, on loan from our good friend Timothy Davidson,
Timmy,
a PRS Hollow Body 2, which I think might be the most dressed up instrument I've ever played before.
That thing, hey, you know,
it actually it kind of matches the pedal. They both have.
Yeah, it does.
This kind of flamed look to it. Dual humbucker binding. And as I mentioned, my phone fell.
Hey up.
As I mentioned before, I've never seen a guitar that
the back looks just as good as the top does.
Yeah, rosewood neck. My gosh, it's amazing.
And it's the neck. It's just the
with
most insane
the
guitar I've
abalone
ever seen.
birds. It's
That's
horse
wild.
apples. I'm gonna play a G chord.
Come on. That sounds...
Some humbuggies.
That sounds pretty good.
Sounds good. So I'm going to give you the quick rundown on this pedal. It has 3 knobs, 2 switches.
Come on.
The on-off will turn on the 2 outside knobs, the pre and the post.
Okay.
The like we read the instruction manual. It basically acts like most. Just kind of think of it as a preamp gain and like a master volume type thing. Is if you turn the preamp down low and you turn the post up, you're going to get more of like a barky kind of snarly sound. Mm-hmm. If you turn the preamp up and the post down, then it will kind of attenuate that and give you some more edge on it.
Oh, interesting.
There's a second switch called bypass, which will kick in the knob called gain. And I'm not an electrophysicist. I think I understand that the gain controls the voltage of the doohickeys that make dirt happen inside of it.
Oh.
And so basically it's like you're hot plating the pedal
preamp or whatever. So we could just call this the fun knob.
Yeah. And I'm going to say we hit a big OA chord
At the same time? But just with one guitar
but
on?
just with one guitar on. I'm going to so that's the clean,
Nice.
the Canaglia.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's interesting because it sounds like that amp just got turned up.
Yeah, it's not like dirt-y.
Yeah.
It's not like a dirt box, if you will.
It's like replicating the amp sound, sort of.
Absolutely.
Or that's interesting. Okay, so that's with everything at noon.
Mm-hmm. Should we?
So what do you think is the best way to proceed here?
I feel like we should maybe spend some time compensating let's turn up the pre and turn down the post to kind of compensate each other.
Okay.
But before we do that, I feel like I want to hear that telly
Oh,
on
yeah.
that
Okay,
same thing.
Here's the clean tone. The floor is shaking.
Yeah, it has a really
that.
Yeah, a really realistic like tube amp sound.
Yeah, let's go between them.
And that's the thing too is sometimes, we've talked about the tube screamer before. Mm-hmm. We've demoed some, TS style pedals, and some things that people have issues with is the tube screamer doesn't actually sound like your tube amp turned up. Mm-mm. And for some reason they get kind of flustered by that. That I think was never the case.
No, I think it was only meant to make your tubes scream.
Right.
It's not a screamer tube.
Right. This sounds more so. We've done some tube drive pedals. Uh-huh. This one feels much more true to that name.
But it's not. There's no tube.
But there's no
It's
tube
just
in it that we're aware of.
Like a pre sort of thing. That's interesting. Okay, yeah. Let's compensate a little bit and see.
I'm gonna say let's go to about 2:00 on the pre and like 9:00 on the post. Just a straightforward
Okay.
They're gonna face the opposite way from each other.
Let's see what that sounds like. So here's the PRS.
I feel like
that's interesting.
They use the word
like that.
Bark in the manual when you turn the post up. I feel like I'm getting some bark with the post down.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
well, hold on now. Oh, yeah, because I'm upside down. So that's off and then on.
So a better idea is we should just do unity gain on the post.
Okay, and then see what the pre does, and then do the opposite.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So let's maybe hit it about 3 o'clock on the pre.
Oh. So what was that?
So let it be known that the post knob is very sensitive. Very, very
Let
sensitive.
it be known.
Let it be
Okay, so
known.
move it again. Whoa. So you move that from like
Like a notch and a
11
half.
to almost 10.
Yeah.
And it It sounds pretty cool on the telly.
Yeah. Do you
So-
mind if I just kind of hop in here?
Hop in. Ooh, yeah.
It
So
really
that's-
does do the old cranked.
Yeah, like that's
Amp
like
sound.
that's like early AC/DC sound.
Yeah.
So this is post at noon, gain at gain's not even messed
Yeah,
up.
it's
Post
not
at
on
noon,
yet.
Pre at 3 o'clock. Is that what that is?
Yeah. Let's just, jump up. Let's maximize the pre,
Okay.
and then we can play with the pre being down and the post being up, more like a boost sound.
Nice. Okay, let's do it. Okay,
So-
so we've got post at noon, gain at gain.
The gain's off.
Gain's off.
We'll get there.
Post at noon. Pre is dimed. Here's the PRS. Nice.
That sounds to me like a whole bunch of old, smaller speaker amps. Just absolutely.
And it's almost got like a
On 11.
Supro kind of vibe to it or something like.
Oh,
or you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Or the old Gibson
Hit me that
Maestro
again.
amps.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah, that's it right there.
What's the riff? Hold on.
Dude,
It definitely
yeah.
has. It's a little bit more granular, but we do have the pre all the way max.
Yeah.
I feel that though, like a little 210 just
it's like-
gushing hard.
And it's not even, I don't know how close the quote unquote sound is, but that's the vibe.
The vibe
Like,
and
that's
the
what it reminds
feeling.
me of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the square wave, like it's not a creamy pedal.
No.
It's a pretty square,
Yeah.
but it's
but maybe
really cool.
depending on how we do the post and the pre, it could
Open up some possibilities. Yeah.
either other way. So okay, so
Let's go the opposite end of the spectrum.
pre off.
Yeah, let's just kind of see if that would even.
Does it make sound? Nope.
I have to tune. It's being really rough. Sorry.
Okay, I'll play.
You do it.
So that's the pre off. No sound.
you got to turn that volume pedal.
You got to turn your volume knob on.
I
like that.
That is a great clean boosting, like preamp. Sounds very nice.
That's on the neck, that's on the bridge. Let's try that.
Still has some good clarity there.
Wow. So that's post at noon and pre a little bit lower than 9 o'clock, like pretty much 9 o'clock. I like that a lot.
Oh, I'm really feeling that. Sure. Yeah.
So that's middle position there. Man, I think, and it's still got some wow. It's very dynamic.
It's dynamic. Oof.
Can you tell what I've been listening to?
Old songs.
Oh man, I know somebody that's very close to us that's going to be like, you listen to too much Sheryl Crow. I hate Sheryl Crow. And I'll be like, well, you know what?
Same goes to you, bub.
Peter Stroud is one of the best guitar players alive. So don't even get me started. You know what? We've never talked about Peter Stroud on the podcast.
No, we haven't.
If you're listening, Sir Peter Stroud, well, he's American, but we would love to have you on an episode if you're ever in Oklahoma City.
We would. Also, just while we're at it.
Also, honestly, I would just like to shake
Angus
your hand.
Young, Paul Gilbert,
Mike Campbell.
Hey, Pete Thorne.
Oh, dude, Pete Thorne.
Let's
that would
do
be
it.
Amazing.
I feel like I would just sit here and get embarrassed by any of these guys.
Oh, absolutely.
I refuse to hold a instrument in the presence of those guys.
No, I would just run the gear, and I'd be like, bro, that sounds great.
That sounds great.
Next
what about
setting.
this? Oh, dude, that also sounds great. What about if we turn it all off? Oh, dude, that sounds great, too.
That sounds great. Okay, let's hear the PRS on this setting.
Yeah. With
the pre at 3 o'clock and the post at noon. Clean, on.
It's just a really nice,
I like
full
it. Just makes
body.
it sound better.
It's really this is like a sweet spot of responsiveness on pick attack because I can do like a or just like it's in that sweet spot of like it has hair if it has to, or otherwise it just brings out these really beautiful parts of
and
the sound
harmonics.
and the harmonic richness, the depth, and the character that otherwise will be
I feel
unheard.
like that's a mark of a great pedal is when you turn it on, it just makes the sound 3-dimensional and like adds a layer, like this depth to it.
Yeah.
Like, so here's clean again with the PRS. Sounds great. Here's what the Canaglia, what did we decide to call it?
The pedal.
Canaglia.
I can hear
Like
every
it's just got a
single
little-
string in that.
Yeah. that's really nice. So that's all with the post at noon and the pre at 9.
Yeah.
We haven't even touched the gain yet. Maybe let's explore the post just a little bit and then get to the gain.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you thinking? So
I can already tell that we could probably make a 2-hour special on every single possible combination.
Yeah,
And
totally.
again, this is an unpaid.
Absolutely, yeah.
This is an objective. We don't fluff things. It sounds good the way it's going.
Exactly. And so let's just flip the settings there and let's just go pre at noon, post at 9 and see if that makes any sound.
I feel like I'm losing the...
Yeah, okay, so the
volume,
post is acting as the master.
like a master volume. Right.
Okay, so let's go pre, off, post, dimed. I was ready to jump in there and start jamming.
Dude,
I'm feeling that.
So that's a Satriani song from his newest album.
Oh.
I could go into another dirge about
Joe,
just
if you're
how
listening.
he always keeps his freaking roots on lock, and that's awesome. But I love how much, so like turn that back on.
Very, very responsive.
I mean, it's so... I feel like it's like an it's a simulation of the front end of an amp I wish I had.
Yeah, and it kind of sounds... I don't know if this is I think this is a good thing because it sounds good, but it reminds me it's like a boutique-y sort of
definitely
sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's almost hi-fi sort of a thing.
Yes,
like,
exactly. And it also
articulate.
It's articulate, and with that, when I listen back to this episode, I know that every mistake I make is going to be in it.
Absolutely.
Every weird,
you're like
muted string, every bad harmonic I accidentally hit, it's gonna come through, which is a beautiful thing, but it's a telling thing. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's horrible. So that's at.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's the worst. Yeah, we keep our interns pretty busy when they have to edit the episodes.
Yeah, they spent hours.
Okay, so that's post dimed, pre, not off, but like just on a little bit. Should we just turn both all the way up?
Let's dime it.
And then we'll go to the gains?
Yes. That's insane.
Whoa.
It's noisy, but still.
But it's yeah. Come on.
And it's Okay, so it is noisy at that point with the volume rolled back, but I still got clarity in those notes, which is really nice. That's insane. Let's do the same thing with a telly quick.
Let's hear it on the.
Pure glass.
That's crazy.
It's absolutely nuts, right?
So I wonder if I could go like. I don't hate that.
No.
I don't hate it at all.
And wow, I think that does better dynamically and responsively
than like a lot
than
of amps.
some actual amps, right? Than actual amps. Because we've all done it. You are at home alone on that one weird day where you don't have anything better to do, or you have a lot of stuff better to do, but ignore it, and you plug in and turn everything as far as it'll go up. And it's awesome, but it's also like it's painful to your body.
Oh, dude, it kills me. Yeah.
Yeah, and you feel the headache for days.
So good.
That's that level of like push, but with much more responsiveness.
Mm-hmm.
Even my is my Bandmaster a 64? I think it's
Yes.
a 64 Fender Bandmaster, and I feel like it totally replicates that. I'm going all the way up, just gnashing the tubes.
Oh yeah, just gnashing. Was
like
that the word?
Wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Oh, gnashing. Good gnashing.
As in of hell. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, you're gnashing the tubes for sure.
You're gnashing.
I love
wailing
to
and
gnash
gnashing
the tubes. Oh, dude, gnash the tubes.
Gnash the tubes, baby.
Okay, so for 2017. We need some merch.
We do. I'm
thinking Gnash the Tubes could be
Gnash
a
the
great
Tubes. Yeah.
freaking t-shirt.
Yeah.
And it's a picture of a tube amp. A tube amp. Look at me. What am I, like a 70-year-old man on a guitar, on TGPRI or whatever it is?
So here's what I'm thinking.
A tube amp. A tube amp. Do you have one of those tube amps?
Is a mouth where the teeth are tubes.
Oh.
And they're just juicing.
And he's like biting down and all the tubes are like broken and there's blood.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Oh,
all right, we'll start working on that.
So metal. We haven't even touched the gain knob.
Okay, let's get to the gain and then let's hear some bass. And I feel like we're running long on this one.
I'm just having too much fun. It's been a while since we've recorded.
I know, it really has. And I'm just enjoying it.
I'm just enjoying the pedal.
Loving
yeah.
every minute of it.
I know that chord.
Okay, so let's go to the setting that we really were into. Post at noon, pre at 3. And let's turn the gain off at first to see what happens, and then we'll kind of, or should we start at gain at noon?
Let's see if we can start it off.
Okay.
It just depends on how it's kind of routed. So not a lot of. So I think that all the way off, it is attenuating no wattage. So the manual says that it will be noisy as you turn it because like you're changing the like voltage plate. So it's. I feel like Skrillex.
Do you know Morse code?
I want some pizza. Now, please.
Wow. I didn't know you were fluent.
Yeah.
Oh.
I actually studied abroad in Morse for a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that all the way off, it's not attenuating the signal at all.
So let's turn it on just a little bit.
Yeah. Noticeable heftiness change.
Yeah, okay. So
Just a little bit.
With the bypass, so the pedal's on, no gain. Here's with gain.
That's sweet, baby.
That's dirty. That's dirty.
It's
like a fat knob.
It's a 16-ounce bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's. So with the gain cranked, we lose some of that like high fidelity clarity. We sort of get into it's like if an amp could have a dying battery.
Yeah, a lot of compression.
A lot of compression, a lot of saggy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Saggy tubes.
It's
another shirt idea.
Saggy tubes. Will break for saggy tubes. One thing that I haven't lost at any point in this is is the
control,
the clarity of the top end on those strings. Crack. I think you will agree with me that I've never had a pedal with gain on maximum where the high end
that you could hear anything.
Yeah, and where the high end clarity was this.
That's crazy. That is insane.
I'm having too much fun.
You're loving it.
Gosh.
I'm all about it. It sounds great.
Sounds amazing.
So that's post at noon, gain dimed, pre at 3 o'clock, and I feel like it sounds pretty good. Should we? Oh yeah, let's switch over to this first. So here's the telly. Volume down.
See, that's so clear still. It's so like.
And honestly,
present.
It just sounds like. Yeah, it's very glassy sounding.
Yeah.
I can't play it on the telly. The action's too low when you get up high.
So this is
Why am I even playing that on the telly? I don't know. This just reminds me of like that old school sound.
It's because she was a fast machine who kept
doing it
the motor clean.
Oh, the motor clean.
She was the best dadgum woman that I had ever seen.
Those American thighs giving me those eyes.
So
hold on, I don't even know what the lyrics are. To that song, but I know they're filthy.
Here's what I think the next lyric is. She had the saint for size, telling me no lies, knocking me out with those American thighs.
That's what it was.
I don't know. I feel like I'm barely at a passing grade for interpreting AC/DC lyrics, but
hey.
Absolutely
not. I have no idea what Brian Johnson's saying half the time.
No,
but I love it.
God bless him. He saved that band. Let's just dime it.
Let's dime it.
I'm there. I'm ready.
Let's do it. Both knobs on. Every knob all the way up.
That's my last song of the set. Goodbye, Cleveland!
See you later. The Browns suck.
I look forward to hearing what that sounded like later.
Me too.
Gosh.
Why don't you get that thing out behind you?
I'm going to get the... I'm going to let the telly play with that for 1 second while I get the bass.
Not as much clarity there with the volume down. It's mostly just noise. Doesn't have quite the same sound on the high settings.
With single coils and the TBX, it might be a little bit much on
much on every frequency. Okay, so turns out we've got a. That's rock and roll right there. That's like straight fun. There is nothing clean about that. So we got that. What is that?
It's a Mexicano P bass.
I think it's a 2000 Mexi P bass.
2000s in, yes.
Stock. Well, I say stock. It's got new knobs on it. What is it with Fenders? I've never had a Fender guitar that I didn't lose knobs on. I don't know if it's just me. Every Fender, except this one actually. These are here to stay. But the Telly I used to have.
Well, so here's what it is.
Knobs are always
these gone. Plastic like top hat style knobs. They are asking you to
lose them.
They're not ready for you to go to 11.
That's yeah.
The metal knobs are like the built-in net nanny, where they can say like, "No, you ain't going there today, buddy.
You're not pulling me off."
Yeah, these Fender plastic knobs though, they just don't know it. So you go to hit it on high gear, and all of a sudden it snaps off.
So that's clean. Let's hear it at our favorite setting, Well, my favorite setting. I don't know about you, but I'm really
Yeah.
into this setting. Post at noon. Pre at 3 o'clock.
Why do I instantly love every pedal a little bit more on bass?
I know. Me too.
Gosh.
I like that.
I messed up the riff, but gosh.
Dude.
And
I bet this would actually sound great if we turn the post barely on. Kind of noisy, but sounds good. So that's with the post dimed and the pre barely on.
So I think this setting excels more in the broad range of the guitar.
Yeah, I think so. I think the bass is too
It's
much.
still cool on bass, but it's just not like this thing is definitely dialed in for the 6-string.
What if we dime the pre and I'll pull the post up a little bit? Interesting. So we were just kind of playing around with the gain, and the dimed pre and the posts was like at about 3 o'clock. That was pretty nice sound. I'm into that.
It's cool. It's really grindy.
Very grindy.
And also very I keep going back to like a random 60s like 210 tube amp you'd pick up off the wall and crank everything
From Sears.
and just crank it all the way up. But still incredibly dynamic. It's just
So
I ain't mad at it. I wouldn't
I
I wouldn't kick it out of bed for eating crackers.
Come on now. So let's go back to our favorite setting. Post at noon, pre at 3, and let's dime the gain and see what happens.
There's a pretty decent delay in what it's able to.
The thing is, the compressor is just. Whoa. It doesn't want more than one note at a time.
No.
That is wild. Well, let's turn it up all the way.
Yeah, let's just. Okay, it takes a good like half a second for those notes
To come out. That's
It's
wild.
it's like
It's
it
like
doesn't have
pick,
enough RAM.
Pick.
Yeah.
That's well, I think you can get some cool tones. I'm not crazy about the gain on the bass.
Yeah.
Which is basically, it just sounds like a fuzz, like a dying battery sort of
Right.
fuzz. But I think you could get some cool tones using it as like a sort of a thing.
Yeah. So the preamp sound is nice on both. It's almost one of those cases where I don't want to make this pedal a generalized thing. I just want to say we were able to get some honestly brilliant sounds from the guitar.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah, absolutely.
Granted, we're playing two really nice guitars into a fantastic amplifier.
As you all should be.
As you all should be. Stop messing around. But I love the results we got.
Yeah. I would say it sounds fine on bass and it sounds fantastic on guitar.
It sounds beautiful. Yeah.
And it is so usable and articulate and it's very dynamic.
Yeah.
And I'm into it. I mean, if you're looking for something that's has character to it, but it's going to, why say character? It's not it's like icing on a cake.
Yeah.
It just makes it better.
It's almost a oxymoron.
Keep going.
Transparent character.
Oh, transparent character.
I mean, right? Mm-hmm. To say that like this thing has a lot to offer as far as not changing things goes.
Yeah, it just makes your setup sound more like your setup or something. I don't know how to describe it.
It takes everything to 12 while allowing you to retain that 5 or 6 kind of level.
And it's very versatile.
Super versatile.
Cool pedal. I like it.
Great pedal. And as something that does not advertise itself as a tube in a box or a tube pre, this thing sounds like a jacked up tube amp.
I would be curious because a very popular thing these days is running cab simulators or IR boxes or whatever they're called.
Right.
So I would be curious to hear a demo of the Canaglia or Canaglia, whatever you say it.
I don't know.
With
I don't know.
With a cab sim like the Iconoclast or the, I don't even know what all's out there. Because I feel like you could probably get some pretty realistic amp tones out of the box.
Yeah.
Seems like. Anyways, cool pedal, Lollygagger FX.
Check them.
Check them out.
I'm Chance.
And I'm Kogan. And this is
Rotator, the pedal party. Can I tell you about the nightmare that my wife woke me up from last night?
Yes, please.
Now, to some of you, this is going to sound amazing. To me, it was a nightmare, apparently. I'm sitting on my back porch, feet propped up, just enjoying life.
This is in her dream.
No, this is in my dream. She like woke me up because I was screaming.
Oh, God.
So I'm just like feet kicked up, laid back on the back porch, and this really, really tiny dog wants to come sit on my lap. I'm talking this thing is probably 8 inches long. It's a comically small dog, but it can jump really high. It's got a good like vertical leap on her. And so I keep like brushing it off with my foot, and finally it jumps up onto me, scurries up to my face, and this little itty bitty puppy wuppy starts licking my face. And apparently I was freaking out, like, get off of me, get off of me, get off of me. And I'm like, and I wake up to my wife saying like, hey, it's okay, you're just dreaming. And I said, there was a puppy licking my face.